Let's go.
Welcome back. We have a special guest today. We have the man himself, straight out of the uprising. Ahmed Al Shara has joined us today, leader of the Syrian transitional.
What are you talking about? What the hell? I did not expect it, bro. You're just waffling about Syria. What the hell, man? Like,
We have him here. Arian
Oh,
can't
man.
be here, so we have the leader of the Syrian
yeah.
transitional government instead. Welcome, Mr. Al Shara.
Yeah,
How are
well,
you?
pleasure to see you. No terrorists coming around here, man. We're going to keep it halal 100% and do our best to talk some knowledge, man, because we've got some long discussions to do, man. But yeah, we'll get into that, man.
Christmas
A
may
lot.
be around, but some of the football we saw over the last few days may be worse.
Oh, man, terrible. What a freaking... I'm getting angry just thinking about it, but we're going to start off
What are we
with...
starting off with? What are you kicking us off with?
Let's start with Liverpool, man. You guys got West Ham away. I mean, let's a little bit discuss from what happened last game. It's like what you guys Leicester City, okay, routine win. You had a little bit of a shock. The pressure was too much. We literally saw about 80 minutes here of Liverpool dominance here. It could have been 7-0 if they wanted it to be, but obviously they didn't have their shooting boots. Some of the guys were a little bit stuffy after Christmas, a little bit of too much stockings and whatever they had, of course, chocolates. It's fine, man. It happens. But 3-1 win, what, 2-1 win or 3-1? 3-1 win, sorry. Clinical win, man. Like that's typical Liverpool now. And you guys got West Ham now. I literally do not see anyone in the league actually stopping Liverpool. Like Liverpool are literally the best club in the world right now. It's like we are just... You guys are so good around every single part of the pitch, defensively, midfield, like engines across it, And these are not even guys that you guys last year were hyping up as well. Like you guys weren't hyping up Gravenberch and Szoboszlai like that, but they're just putting in shifts as well. Cody Gakpo, he's starting to become that talisman. Like it doesn't matter if it's Darwin Núñez not turning up or Luis Diaz not turning up. Gakpo's becoming that guy. Jota, if he's not turning up or he's injured, you can rely on Gakpo as well. So, bro, it's I don't know how anyone can stop you lot. And you guys got West Ham next as well. There's some rumors about Kudus and everything like that. It seems like Liverpool want to try to get him, which would be crazy if you lot get Kudus. But oh my god,
what's the rumor that we'll go for him in January?
I don't know if it's January. Probably not a January thing because I don't expect a player like him to go January. But maybe, I don't know.
I mean, I'm very happy to go for Kudus. I think he's a great player. But if this is meant to be some sort of Mohamed Salah replacement, get that out of here.
Yeah.
We do not replace. I mean, look, if I'm going to trust anyone with a player like Kudus, is going to be Slot. I think you'd suit him, but that better not be a Salah replacement. We already have these stories coming out of Spain that Trent wants to go to Real Madrid now. But I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know, man. I mean, we'll see. Obviously, on the weekend, how he does, of course, against Liverpool. I think he might do a little bit of a show thing. These players when they're linked with a big move, right, towards that team, they always turn up in some way. They hurt them, like Cunha to United, and then Cunha just puts in that biblical masterclass of beauty against us. Absolutely everywhere. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I could see it right now, but maybe down the line. But in terms of this game right now in isolation, like, listen, I think it's just a routine win for Liverpool. You go in there, easy 2-0 win, easy 3-1 win, something like that. I don't see you lot losing anything right now.
Turned up to Spurs, smoked them. I mean, them scoring 3 goals flattered them big time. You had Szoboszlai doing kick-ups in the middle of the game. That speaks for itself. Ange being Ange, committed to his style of play, win, lose or draw, whether the game's going good, whether it's going bad. They lost yesterday, I believe, right? Was it yesterday? To Forest. Was it Forest that beat them?
Spurs. No, day before. Spurs Thursday. This is on a Saturday.
Lost to Spurs, lost to Forest. Ange being Ange, but yeah, I mean, routine win for Liverpool. Not much to talk about against that Spurs win. It was a good win. we're looking like the most dominant team. Nothing's really changed. I expect the same to happen against West Ham. West Ham are not a good team this season. They're struggling. They've got good players, but not really showing their quality at all. I think
you know what's funny with them, yeah? It's like they've been trying to get rid of Lopetegui, yeah, but he's always one win or one loss away, yeah. And it's like, guys, just pull the trigger at some point. Like, but he pulls
this
off.
Is why I've never understood. West Ham particularly have been bad with their manager appointment and sacking. They always seem to sack a manager too early, and as soon as they sack the manager, they probably should have kept a little longer. They go and hire a weird replacement, you know?
Yeah.
Lopetegui, I mean, I think anyone could have told you, new fan or someone who's watched football for a long time, Lopetegui in 2024, 2025 season is a strange signing, you know? This is a manager of like the last decade. Why such a weird guy to sign? Like, it's like signing Ranieri today. I mean, he's doing all right with Roma, to be fair, but you know, you don't sign these managers anymore. Like Mourinho, you don't go and sign Mourinho now. Weirdly enough, a manager that Spurs actually signed as well, but I don't know. It's a strange manager to a point. If you're gonna get rid of Moyes, like get someone at least, you know, like a Irola from Bournemouth or one of these type of managers. At least someone who's exciting, bring something new, something fresh. Maybe a Pep disciple, Maresca when he would have been probably available then. Just weird signings. I don't know.
No, they always do this. I mean, they haven't sorted out their number 9 situation in years, man. Like they can't sign a striker.
You got a former right back playing up front. You know, tells you everything. You know, how can Antonio have played right back in his career? Now he's a striker.
Hey, listen, Antonio. You know, I know he's still unwell. I don't know how his injury is. You know, so God bless him. But hey, whatever happens with him, he at least did a job for West Ham up front, man.
He's a good player, to be fair. He was always under the radar player, but he's not well for them. But yeah, I mean, if we just put a prediction in for this game, I can see Liverpool blowing them away 3-0, 4-1, 3-1, that sort of score for me.
I think, bro, I like right now, the pressure that you lot put into a team, you're just pushing them in. And it's like slaughter. It's literally slaughter what I'm watching right now. I don't think I've seen more. Like you remember during the Klopp days, you know, you guys suffocated a team in it. Yeah, it doesn't matter if they were pushing up, but that team would at least have a half chance. I don't even see a team like West Ham even having a half chance or something like that. Like even Leicester, as soon as they scored that goal, were people thinking they were going to score second? No, like it wasn't coming.
I think Liverpool started really well. Leicester get a goal, but you're just thinking, listen, it's just a matter of time before we get the equaliser, and then from then Leicester will just go into a shell.
Yeah.
We scored second. I mean, we hit the post a number of times.
The disallowed goal.
If you haven't got 2-3 goals on us plus the red card, you know, it doesn't look like any team will get in our way at the moment.
Yeah.
But nice routine win for Liverpool. We're looking strong. Yeah. All the contenders dropped points. Arsenal, Chelsea, and
Arsenal did. Arsenal won, but
Arsenal won yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, Chelsea lost. So that's a good one. Yeah, but again, I'm gonna probably go with you. Maybe like a 3-0 away to Liverpool against West Ham. So yeah. But man, we got to talk about this whole Trent stuff. I know we going about it like it's a merry-go-round, but like, Trent is always being discussed, man. Right now, this is why I said as well.
If I could just interrupt, there's this weird argument, and I'm a Liverpool fan, and I don't agree with it. That, you know, Trent came through Liverpool, the fans adore him. This is a perfect time for him to commit to a longer contract and renew, and he'll become a legend in Liverpool, become a legend at the club and the city.
Yeah.
You know, Carragher was using the McManaman example. You know, Steve McManaman was this phenomenal player, but because he went to Real Madrid, you know, he's not seen as a hero in Liverpool, and that's sad. But what I'm thinking is, I get it to a degree, but it's a short career in football. You can have a not life-threatening, but you could have a career-ending injury, or you could just yourself get off track, not take football as seriously, maybe stop training, fall off, whatever reason. You're not the player you used to be. People forget about you anyway. Just because you renew a contract doesn't mean anything. And even when Trent's been here at Liverpool and been playing well, but as soon as he has a bad game or two, everyone's on his case. All the Liverpool fans saying he's not good enough. We need to replace him. He's not good enough. Right? We've been saying this for years. I've been saying that up until this season. I've always thought, you know, we could get someone else in right back. Now all of a sudden his contract's up, which is the club's fault, the owner's fault.
Yeah.
They're saying he should stay so he remains a hero in the city. But if he wins the Premier League this season, which is likely he will, has a decent run in the Champions League, or maybe even wins it, he would have done that twice at Liverpool. Okay, you can continue to do that and become a legend, but he already is a legend, you know?
Yeah,
he has iconic moments. The 4-0 win at home against Barcelona. He's got Champions League. He's got a Premier League with Liverpool. He looks like he's going to get his second Premier League with Liverpool. You know, one of the biggest legends of the club, Steven Gerrard, never achieved that.
Yeah.
I don't think he has to renew his contract to remain a legend. I think he is a legend already. He's a boyhood local lad, won everything with Liverpool, could potentially win it for the second time with Liverpool under a new manager. I think he's proven himself tenfold at this point. He's looked amazing this season. If he wants to go Real Madrid, look, it's disappointing. I would rather keep him. When you asked me a few episodes ago, out of the three whose contracts are up, Van Dijk, Salah, or Trent, I said I think we should keep Trent. I would love for him to stay, but if he goes to Real Madrid, I get it. New challenge, historically the biggest club in the world. Like Steve McManaman, he went and won 2 European Cups with Real Madrid when he left. It's not like Liverpool is the best team in the world right now, but things change, you know. If Salah's contract doesn't get renewed, Van Dijk's contract doesn't get renewed, what happens? You know, this team falls apart. What if Slot leaves all of a sudden? You know what? This club isn't going in the direction I believe in. He gets bought out of his contract or stays for the remainder. You know, I think it's such an obvious decision to stay with Liverpool. Depends.
Yeah.
Madrid was also on top. They won 3 back-to-back Champions League titles, and then what happens? And they dipped, and then they came back, and then they dipped. It's football.
Yeah. For me, I agree with you on that. I think the point that you said, about like McManaman and you got Owen and Gerrard and everything like that, because that's what he's being compared to all these local lads in it, right? That all stayed or left, right? The club. Bro, you're right about the legacy. The guy's he's going to probably win 2 Premier Leagues, 1 a Champions League, 1 a League Cup. I don't know if you lot won an FA Cup, but who cares about that, of course. But you've won a lot more with Trent being there, of course, in the last, 7-8 years than you could have had with Steven Gerrard or anything like that. And Steven Gerrard is going to be seen as Mr. Liverpool. I think even if Trent stayed for the next 15 years or so, whatever he's got left in his career, I don't think he's ever going to beat Steven Gerrard as like.
But also, on the Steven Gerrard point, I've seen a lot of posts. There's even a picture of Gerrard with Trent as a kid saying, you know, follow the Gerrard route. Look how he stayed loyal when he didn't. Let's get this right. He didn't stay loyal. He remained at Liverpool, but it wasn't because of loyalty. He was a hair away from moving to Chelsea. He was a hair away from moving to Real Madrid. His moves just brought it down, you know. Let's not act like he was Mr. Loyal, because he wasn't. Otherwise, he wouldn't have entertained those conversations at all. He was very close to signing for Jose Mourinho's Chelsea. He was very close to signing for Real Madrid. Even later on in his career, Real Madrid still wanted him. So let's not pretend as if Gerrard was, you know, Mr. Liverpool or this. He's a Liverpool legend. He's my favorite childhood player, you know. I have tons of his shirts. I used to buy the boots he would wear. I'm a biggest Gerrard fan out of anyone here. But let's not pretend like he was Mr. Loyal. He did stay with Liverpool his whole career, but not because he turned everyone else down. He was very close to going to both Chelsea and Real Madrid. But people have short memories. What did I say? Fans are fickle. For Trent, make the best for you. If it is going to Real Madrid, it's a shame, but this is football. Players come, players go. Is what it is.
I agree. I agree on that, you know, because for a player like Trent to say, okay, I can go ahead and you know, stay in Liverpool right now and continue stacking up titles and everything like that and potentially beat Steven Gerrard, I don't think you're ever going to do that as well at the same time. Like Steven Gerrard, as loyal as he was, if you told him right now, maybe if I could trade one thing for a Premier League title or have something like that where I could leave my legacy, of course, he probably would trade every single England cap that he had right now for a Premier League title. Trent has already done it. He's going to be doing it. He's already done those things as well. It's like right now for him, I think for Trent's decision, it's more like, where can I get my best potential being shown out for me? Is it staying at Liverpool right now in this squad where we have potentially some of the best players right next to me and in front of me leaving as well? And I don't know who we're going to replace them with. And I don't know the certainty behind that. Or maybe do I go to the biggest club in the world and say to people, I played for Real Madrid. I actually fulfilled my dream at Liverpool. I'd done everything there. I went to Real Madrid, had a career in Spain, and I won maybe some La Ligas. I won maybe a Champions League or something like that. Like, what's the better story to tell? Of course, or I stayed for Liverpool, and obviously you never know, because obviously the Premier League is so unforgiving as well. maybe in the next 1 or 2 years, Slot might have a bad season. Maybe Liverpool might drop off a cliff. I don't think they will, but you never know with stuff like this, So, and again, leaving.
You have to see it from Trent's point of view. People say, "Oh, but Liverpool's the best club in the world right now." Fine, on a footballing terms, they are. Footballing wise, they are the best. But we got to peel back the layers a little bit and look behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, Trent is being lured by a club that is the most aggressive in the market, in managers, in how the team plays. They do not let Real Madrid stay under for too long. If Perez sees Real Madrid is not where it needs to be, he's very aggressive. Whoever needs to go goes. Whoever needs to be brought in gets brought in. Whereas at Liverpool, Trent is at a club. Fine, they're flying right now, but they're only flying right now. Your 3 best players are out of contract in 6 months. End of the season, they're gone. Do you think Real Madrid would let its 3 best players left with 6 months left on their contract, able to have conversations with any club out there, with any agent, to pull them away from that club? 1, you lose the transfer fee. 2, you lose the player completely. So if Salah or Van Dijk or Trent goes, you've lost the transfer fee, which would be monumental, first of all. None of those players are under 100 million valuation. They go potentially to even your rivals. What's stopping a Trent going from a City or something like that? He could, in theory, do that. But you lose your players for free, so you can't reinvest and replace them. You could lose all 3 of them in one go. How can I stay with a club that says they're the best, but haven't prepared to be the best next season?
Yeah.
They're not even ready in 6 months. Real Madrid has already thought 10 years ahead. They've signed Mbappe, Bellingham, all the best youngsters they signed.
Mm-hmm.
They prepare for the future, so they're never down. If Ancelotti is not the guy, they'll go and get the next best guy available.
They will, yeah. And they probably have the guy ready. Everyone is talking about Xabi Alonso. I don't even know right now if it's Xabi Alonso.
Xabi Alonso. Look, it could be Xabi Alonso, but Real Madrid won the Champions League last season. That same summer, they go and sign Mbappe. Okay, Mbappe is not performing. Do you think Real Madrid will just wait on Mbappe to change form? They might give him another season, but if he doesn't perform, the next guy is in. With Liverpool, they made no new signings this season. They had a new manager and no new signings. But now you're trying to convince Trent, oh, this is the place to be. There's no investment. They're not even investing in the players they have, let alone new ones. We signed an injury Chiesa. Like, listen, he was a fan favorite. Everyone liked the idea of Chiesa coming, but we all knew he was an injury-prone, injury-risk player, and he's proven to be a failure up to this point. He's a good player if he can stay fit, but he can't. So we've signed no one. We literally added a player with decent wage bills onto our squad who can't play. If Mo Salah gets injured, there is no direct replacement. We don't even have a direct replacement when he leaves, and we have no cash to fill that gap. He could leave for free to anyone.
Let me ask you a question, Like, do you think it would be certain for Trent, Salah, and Van Dijk to say 100% I'm leaving if Slot was right now top 4 around Nottingham Forest kind of thing, like 10 points behind?
If we were a top 4 team, I think maybe Van Dijk would stay. Maybe Salah would stay for family life, but these are top players, they'll be wanted by every club. Every club will be talking to them.
In a top 4 race, do you think they would stay for next season?
Top 4 race, I think you struggle to keep them,
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether it's a top 4 race or I think they'll stay for this season, of course. Then no one's going to go 6 months on their contract, but there's no guarantee they're around. And also, if you're a player or if you're at a job, and you're doing, you're the best in your industry, and you're not being recognized for it, you're not being rewarded for it. No one's giving you the next contract. You'll be like, you know what? These guys don't actually value me. Why would I stay here? There's no plan for the future. Why would I stay here? And it's shocking that they've let it get to this point. It's shocking that there's been no deal signed or nothing. Like, what's happening?
Bro, TikTok, man. Literally next week, obviously Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, they all probably got their phone numbers ready, and they probably already called them up. But next week, that's when the conversations start. That's when the agent's going to be in the air and say, hey, listen, we got these proposals from these clubs. Can you imagine just spending 2-3 years in Spain? Can you imagine spending 2-3 years at Bayern? Your family are Bayern fans, something like that. You never know. These kinds of conversations happens, innit? Even the agent's going to try to push them. I mean, as much as the player wants to say, oh, I want to stay, right? The agents and the people in the background will probably tell them like, hey, listen, I know you want to stay. We got some really good deals here, man. and this club we don't know where it's going to go in the next year or 2 years, So do you really want to commit to that, or do you want to stack up some trophies in this place here and actually, or even just have a legacy and a change for yourself as well? Go out in Spain and relax for yourself. That's what I'm thinking as well, because people, as much as people are talking about Trent to Real Madrid, I'm hearing Van Dijk to Real Madrid as well right now. And it's like, whoa, where's that?
He's available,
Yeah.
People are blaming the players. People are saying, why isn't Trent coming out reaffirming that he's going to stay with the club? Also, it's not as simple as you just coming out, I want to be here. I want Liverpool to give me a new contract, because whether you like it or not, fans like to pretend that football isn't business. End of the day, he could have all the intentions to stay at Liverpool, but why would you give Liverpool the upper hand and the leverage in saying, I want to be here? Because they're going to give you a worse deal. You're going to get less money. Ultimately, it's still someone who's employed to play football. He still wants the best deal for himself. He should get it, and he deserves it. So why would you lay your chips on the table for everyone to see?
Yeah, bro.
Again, it's the club's issue. Why was this not done? What did you think Trent wasn't going to be this player? And even if he didn't end up being amazing for the next few seasons, why would you risk that?
Yeah. Hey, has there ever been like a situation where we've seen three big players, three important players, out of contract like that? I don't think I've ever seen this happen. I think maybe one or two, but the second one might be like a completely he's just like a piece of the team, like a Sergio Roberto kind of player. But like you might be seeing Messi leaving and then Sergio Roberto, but not three key components, not three starters, guaranteed starters. So it's like I'm actually shocked. I'm actually shocked about what I'm seeing right now with all this stuff as well, right? Because right now, even Van Dijk, I put the argument as well, like Van Dijk, what's he got to do right now? He's spent over 10 years in British football, done it at Celtic, done it very good at Southampton, done amazing at Liverpool, of course. He's regarded as one of the best Premier League centre-backs of his generation, and probably in the of all time, Like, does he want to cement his legacy for another 2-3 years and try to stack up whatever trophy he can get? Or does he want to maybe have a change of it and say, hey, because what is people are going to start discrediting Van Dijk as not a good centre-back in the Premier League after that? He's already one of the best. He's like top 3 greatest ones of all time. We can all say, I'm even saying that as a United fan, and I've seen Vidic and Ferdinand and all these players as well, but Van Dijk is clear of some of these guys. So, yeah.
Listen, I think Rudiger showed. No one will hold Rudiger in the regard of Van Dijk, but Rudiger is definitely close. Chelsea fans acted as if, he's going to go to Real Madrid and we'll never hear of him again. What happened to him?
Yeah.
He's a good player. A good player, doesn't matter who they sign for. They will go to another good team and they will perform there as well. And again, Real Madrid give you the platform. They invest heavily. They're aggressive. They're the biggest fish in that pond. Liverpool acting like a small team, and they've acted like a small team for a long time. They've been blessed with amazing managers like Klopp, like Slot. They've been blessed with great players. And to their credit, they signed a lot of those players. Salah was not a Klopp signing, was a club signing. But and I always go back to this point, we finally win our first Premier League title, not league title. For younger fans, Premier League didn't start, all these years ago. Premier League is a relatively new concept.
For COVID.
First Premier League title. Instead of investing in that team, trying to push that team even further, because every season you were competing against Pep City. Pep, who has 6 Premier League titles, we had 1. Yeah. Instead of, we finally got one over City, we finally won the league, we're finally the top dog. They're investing more in that team. It was radio silence. We signed no one in that season. That next summer, we signed absolutely no one. And what happened? We didn't win the league. We've come level with points, a point off on goal difference, all these things. Would a signing have changed something? Maybe not, but you didn't even try,
Yeah.
How can you be a point off on goal difference? We lost 1 game all season and didn't win a Premier League title. That could have been the difference between signing a player and not signing a player. We didn't do it. Yeah. It's just insane. Yeah. Do you think Real Madrid, do you think City, do you think any of these teams who win things consistently don't sign someone just because they won the league that year? Mental.
Do you know what? I would love to know, like, Arne Slot's kind of take on it as well, because he's very quiet. I mean, he's probably saying, I'd love the players and I want them to work with me for as long as possible. But I don't know if he's also maybe pushing along where he's probably said, okay, he's probably in the side, like, hey, whatever they want to do, they can do whatever they want. At the end of the day, we're going to try and replace them anyway. So and I've obviously proved myself. So we're going to go get the next thing. Or if they want to stay for another year or two, then that's fine. They could be part of my project. But I don't know, man. Like even right now, people are saying, right, and can you imagine like those three in a group chat right now? Like, hey, what are you going to sign for first? Because they're probably, because right now, yeah, it's a game of like, who do you have to deal with first as well?
But that's also the issue. You're right, because imagine all three of the top players in that club. No one quite knows what the next player is doing. They're all probably also waiting on, well, if Van Dijk and Trent sign, well, then it gives me a lot more reason to sign on. But who goes first now? The club have put themselves in such a stupid position for no reason. There's no logical reason why they put themselves here. The only reason is they don't want to pay the money. If you don't want to pay the money, well, one, Liverpool aren't the team that are going to let Salah go and replace him, are they? They've shown that. They've signed Federico Chiesa, who's an injury-prone player. Who are you going to sign? You know, you have no money. There's no positive balance. You would have made a profit on Salah, and you would have had cash to spend. You have neither of those things now. And you're not a club that goes and spends money, you know. We signed Mamardashvili, fine. He's a good replacement or a good player to put pressure on Alisson, who hasn't been able to keep fit in recent years. That's a great signing, but, you know, that if loses his top three players, it's a major problem, you know. If we become a top four team, a team fighting for top four again, you will lose Slot as well. Slot is what is the most informed manager this season. You think Real Madrid aren't sniffing around Slot already? You know, as soon as they smell blood, he's gone.
Yeah, no, bro.
In one season, we could be from hero to zero. But
do you know what? From a personal standpoint, yeah, because obviously I don't want Liverpool to win the league or you lot to do anything good, right? But I would love to see all three of them leave, and then the outrage next year would be so good. And I think as well, like Liverpool fans will say, we can't take this anymore unless you go out. Because if you lot don't even compete like you're doing right now, if you guys drop the level so badly, which I think you will, because I don't see three adequate replacements to pinpoint towards these guys. You're literally dealing with a world-class centre back, a world-class right winger, and a world-class right back. How the hell are you going to replace that with someone? Yeah, and you guys aren't even going to spend. I let you guys go ahead and change policy out of nowhere and say, hey, we're going to spend 300 million this year, and we're going to put some players on decently high wages. So we're going to hit around 200k per player per week. Sorry, I don't see that happening. Like Liverpool are going to be looking for that free deal. They're going to try and do something. And by the way, you guys don't even have just those three players to replace. You guys got a left back that you guys got need to get, okay? Because Robertson, as much as
Robertson looks like the wheels are going to come off at any point.
Yeah, midfield wise, you guys were looking for Zubamendi. You guys actually need a CDM, someone to replace it after the Endo stuff last year.
Exactly. Look, centre mid, we've done. Slot has managed to pull performances out of his arse for somehow, but that was a big problem last season. We haven't actually solved that problem. Gravenberch, fine, he's performing, but what if his level drops all of a sudden? You know, he's the one that's keeping that midfield ticking. Okay, McAllister and Szoboszlai have turned up as well now, but I think if Gravenberch starts to dip or gets injured, we're in a big mess, you know.
Very
Our
big
season
mess.
is flying right now. Is one injury away, is one big issue away from it can also collapse.
Yeah. And as much as like Slot is a very good coach, because right now he's just doing the coach job, right? You can't. There's certain situations where you can't coach yourself out of these things, because the pressure is too much. There's too much overturn. If you guys go ahead and buy 7-6 players, right? You're not gonna. First of all, I think it's guaranteed that you're gonna get put maybe top 4 at best. I don't think a team that does those kinds of turns as well with first team players, it's never successful. You're never gonna win the league or something like that, right? So it's a lot to kind of solve as well. But listen, this is a story for wait and see, man. I think I can't wait because obviously Liverpool got a lot of drama right now behind them, but at the same time,
you finally become the top dog again, and it's just ruined with all these issues, all these problems, self-inflicted wounds, you know.
Yeah, outside interference. Yeah,
no other big team would act like this, you know. You'll never see another big team behave in this way, but for some reason Liverpool love to shoot themselves in the face. But listen, if it implodes, I'll also be happy it implodes because they deserve it. The only people that suffer are the fans, you know. The fans follow this team. They watch it, win, lose or draw, home and away. We suffer as the fans because these owners clearly don't actually care that much, you know.
Yeah. But the one thing, why
spend the pound when we can spend 50p? You know?
Yeah, bullshit. But the good thing about it as well, is at least whatever happens next, you'll be able to see a slot team. You know, seeing his players, seeing his project as well. So that's kind of the most exciting part about it. But let's see. Obviously, we have to wait a few transfer windows to see that happen, man. But yeah, I mean, let's go on to the miserable fucks that we have, of course, in United, man. What a freaking shock. First of all, I want to just mention about the whole Wolves game, man. What a shambolic fucking club that we have, the team, everything like that. It was piss poor. I swear to God, man. I think everyone right now is kind of in the consensus of, get these players out, man. And I'm literally right now just saying, blow up the team. I don't care what happens here. I want to see a contract being ripped up. I want to see all these players out. I want to see a Chelsea-style execution that they did 2 years ago. That's what the level I am right now with this United team, of course. Because against Wolves, for most part of it, we were shocking, just playing bad. Bro, our left side is asking for a left-footed player to just cross the ball in or something like that, because Dallow's piss poor. Bruno Fernandes, I swear, I really hope, we try to appeal it. He gets banned for not only the Newcastle game, but the Liverpool game, because I swear to God, if he's playing in Liverpool, it's going to be a peak time for us in that game as well. Hey, listen, I don't see any kind of... I mean, I know Amarim is saying about the storm and everything like that, but I just don't see us getting a win in the next 3 games, especially when we've got Newcastle at home with that bullies of midfield, Liverpool away next, which we haven't done really well in the last 10 years. And then also we got Arsenal away, which we haven't won as well in the FA Cup. So we're doomed right now for the next 3 games. But obviously coming up with Newcastle, that's the next team. The fuck we do, man.
Could be a relegation fight for United in the next 3 games.
I'm already seeing that.
Just, I mean, Bruno, I thought was a weird captain appointing him as captain. I thought that was always strange. I don't know. I mean, obviously, the new manager's not going to come in and just change the captain on day one, but I don't know why you'd make Bruno captain. I don't think anyone from any team sees that guy as a captain. I don't know what's happened to him. His levels really dropped recently. He's just not the player he was when he first signed. He was a talisman type player. He's just not that guy anymore.
Fucking
3 red
bitch.
cards already this season is insane. You know, it's like Jesus Christ. Like, what's going on with this?
Fucking bitch player.
Red cards already for an outfield player. He's in one of the most attacking positions. He's a cam. What are you doing with 3 red cards? You're the captain as well. Like, have some discipline. To hurt your team 3 times this season is major. We're halfway through the season. If you do that and if you keep on that trend, that's 6 games you got red cards in. You know, and if it's a straight red, you miss 3 games. How many games are you missing from red cards? And you're the captain supposedly. I think he needs to be benched. But then again, you have players also like Malacia. What happened to him? Why did he get dropped just before the game? What's going on? What is happening at United?
I don't know. I think right now Amarim is just trying to figure out. Okay, these players are not going to work out. I'm seeing the way they play their style, because right now, if you're looking at players like Malacia, he's not even getting into that third of the pitch. The guy literally stops at the halfway line, and that's it. Like, he can only play past that. He can't go up and down. Luke Shaw can't do that. The guy hasn't been able to do that since 2021 with England, and that was the best that we ever saw him do that. Since then, he can't run up and down. So we got Dallo right now doing it. Bless him, he's obviously in a wrong position at the same time. But man, whenever he gets into a position, I could right now tell you the amount of times you could see a diagonal ball go towards him. He's got wide open spaces, and he does nothing with it. I told my brother as well when I was watching the game. I'm like, look what he's gonna do now. He's not gonna do nothing. Okay, go for it. Is he gonna do something? Nothing. I'm literally doing commentary like that. When I do that around the play, I start laughing as well. And he made me laugh. He almost made me start cheering, because he almost scored a goal with one of the shots. But just terrible play. And then obviously you got Bruno there as well. We're literally playing grenade ball in that area of the pitch. And we literally need 2 replacements. We need a left-footed player who can just obviously just cross the ball in as well and be attacking. I'd rather put Anthony at that left position, at least he can whip a ball in from the left side, and he's left foot as well. Doesn't have to cut in.
It seems you just don't have the personnel. Don't have the personnel to do well.
We don't, man. We don't.
I wouldn't. The thing is, for Amorim, I think you might not have the quality sometimes in your squad to put forward your style of play, but at least if you had the attitude and the work rate, they didn't even have that. You have Dallo, who seems to be willing to work hard, just maybe not good enough quality wise, but he don't even have the attitude. Malacia hasn't played football in how long? This guy was in exile. They're telling me, I'm hearing stories he got kidnapped. All of a sudden makes it back into the squad, and he's out already within 2-3 games. What's going on?
Yeah. People are saying solidarity with Rashford. He's Rashford's boy and everything like that. So he's like,
I'm sure there's United fans who didn't even know Malacia was still at the club. This guy just wasn't seen for ages.
Oh man, bro, it's a mess right now.
I think you're right. I think you need a Chelsea style clear out. Just get rid of all these guys. I don't know how you will do it, but sell them all, profit, loss, whatever you have to do, just shove them out of the team.
Oh man.
And then hopefully you can rebuild something. But right now,
this
mess.
This team is cutting costs, man, and I feel for Amorim as well, because he's getting asked these questions, and you can see the media trying to bite back at him as well. And he's like, "Just let him be, man. Let's let him be." Of course, yeah. Ineos as well.
The United cut costs so much that he's in a press conference and there's water leaking over his head.
Yeah, we got rats as well in the bloody stadium as well. Now happening. You're seeing
flooded.
Yeah, you're seeing Ineos cutting obviously the trust for ex-players as well. Because what we do is we obviously give to the ex-players like in the 60s and 70s who are obviously in low income, probably have a house as well, bought it for them, but they need something at least to do that. And obviously the ex-players as well, they were getting paid peanuts to play for us as well. They deserve at least
lucrative sport.
Man, honestly, I mean, I was never happy with Ineos anyways. I was Ineos out, but right at the start as well. I gave them some credit. I saw some action being out, but right now what I'm seeing is just terrible, man. Every decision that they've had, like, we've had the worst start to the season. We're in the worst position we've been in yet. And this has all been in the last 6 months under their control, and all the decisions that they've had as well being made with Ten Hag, keeping Ten Hag and doing this and doing that. If they wanted to, if you guys knew this decision was going to be made, then why didn't you do it earlier, man? We're like, it's literally just set us back for another 2 years, man. These kinds of decisions.
Yeah.
Because now
if you're going to sack him a few months into the season, then you should have just sacked him in the summer. If it was that close to keeping and sacking him, surely that's. You sack the guy, no? Because if you're willing to sack him in 2-3 months, then you should have gone anyway. But if you kept him, you keep him for the whole season now. Strange. Well, anyway, we need to go over the whole Ten Hag thing again because we've already.
I don't want to speak about Ten Hag, man. But right now we've obviously got Newcastle coming up, man. The last game of our year at Old Trafford, man. Listen, we've lost our last 3 games. We're probably going to lose this game as well. I'm probably just going to say 2-0 to Newcastle. Isaac is on form. Gordon is on form. Joe Linton, Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali's there. Like, bro, we're playing against established 3-man bullies against Ugarte and Inshallah, who next to him, of course. I don't know if it's Mainu, if it's Casemiro, if it's Ericsson, but whoever that is next to him, we're not gonna do nothing in that game. Yeah. And listen, I don't even see us winning the next 3 games. I have no kind of trust into. I just want to see like these players getting more exposed. So as long as we're doing the simple stuff with Amorim's system, that's fine. But I want all these players to mainly get exposed right now and just keep going at these players, man. Just keep at it right now. But the thing is as well, when you're at a club like United as well, you have to get results. So sooner or later, people are going to turn from what happened to these players to what happened to Amorim. And listen, I trust Amorim already. I'm seeing already the good things about him, the systems and everything like that. But there's some fickle fans in our fan base who will just say, "Oh, Amorim out. Oh, I don't think he's the guy anymore," and everything like that. Like, yeah. What about you?
I think Newcastle are being painted as this really good team. I think they're a good team, but I also wouldn't praise them so much. But I think, look, you're missing Bruno, your captain. There's still internal problems at United. I think they'll probably lose, but I can see it being a 1-1 as well. I'm going to go with a 1-1. I also don't rate Newcastle's too highly.
I said 2-0. I think they're going to be us 2-0. I didn't say 1-1.
No, I'm saying 1-1.
Oh, okay, 1-1. Okay, you're saying that.
1-1, 2-1 Newcastle. Yeah, let's see. I don't know. I think, look, Amarim said this is not something I'll change in a few games. You have to stay patient with him. You can't, because the results aren't maybe so good now, just say he's not the guy. He needs time. He's going to need another year or two minimum to get something going.
Yeah, he said as well, in 1 year time, like, you're going to see something better. So he already knows, there's going to be a lot of players being cut out. I hope I see another 10 players leave, so that'll be good. And you know, whatever happens next, that's fine. But I trust this manager way more than I trust any of these players, man. So yeah. But listen, I'm also hearing Ronaldo wants to go ahead and buy a club. Hey man, Ronaldo.
Yeah, if we can divert a little bit, I'm sure you saw the Ronaldo comments recently. This guy is the biggest forced PR stunt I've ever seen.
No, that Ballon d'Or shit was.
This guy is rooting for Vinny, not because he thought Vinny was the best player. I don't believe he's saying that because he thought Vinny was the best player.
Yeah. Champions League.
He's saying it because Messi outdone him on the Ballon d'Ors, and he doesn't want to be outdone by Messi. So he's going to try and discredit the Ballon d'Or as a whole competition. So if you discredit, then it doesn't matter how many Messi won, and the fact that he has more than you. Because if this is a fact, if Ronaldo had more Ballon d'Ors than Messi, there's no way he's saying Vinny deserved it. There's no way he's speaking as negatively as he is now. But because Messi has more titles than him, he'll go and try and discredit the Ballon d'Or. I mean, he was rooting for this trophy won in the Middle East or something. Get out of here, man. This guy has even won a league title with Al Nassr.
Bro, that's
winning best player in the Middle East, you know?
Yeah.
You know, he's won all the trophies, top goal scorer. He's not winning anything. He's not even nominated, apparently.
And did you see that award as well? Like, bro, it literally looked like the most Real Madrid PR I've ever seen in my life, because you had Courtois, Vinny, I don't know if Modric was there, but you saw Bellingham, all these players there. You have a whole Real Madrid, everything like that. Like, it was literally the Real Madrid dick sucking competition in that place, man. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing in that. I'm like, and they were saying, oh yeah, Real Madrid, the best club in the century or whatever like that, man. Give it a rest. But listen, I'm not gonna go too much onto Ronaldo and stuff. I really hope what Ronaldo's comment was about buying a big club, I really hope that's true. I really hope he can get something involved with United as well, because you know he's. I don't know if you know this about Ronaldo, but he's partnered with Peter Lim, who's actually the owner of. He has like branding rights towards Ronaldo, but he's also a business partner to Ronaldo. He owns Valencia. Valencia obviously are doing very bad right now as a club here, but he's probably not going to follow that thing. But he's going to get some sort of ownership from a club, so that's the main thing. But that's probably going to be exciting to see. I really hope it is United in some sort, but again, that could also be sticky as well. But the standard will be up there, man. So yeah, but again, that's divert into something completely different to what we have right now, man. But let's obviously go on to Chelsea, man. Chelsea obviously got pemmed in that last 10 minutes, man. That was so much.
I said after the draw last time, people getting gassed. People all of a sudden, because Chelsea's winning games now, oh, they're the team, are they in the title race? All these things. I said the wheels could fall off at any point. And the wheels are looking like they're falling off a little bit. Now all of a sudden there's problem. Now there's all of a sudden Maresca isn't making the right changes or this or that.
Yeah. I
always say fans are fickle. In the moment, you're the best. No, this is the guy. Oh, better than Pep, better than Slot. All these things. The second results go left. Suddenly you're not this great manager anymore. You know how can it be such a drastic change of opinion within a game or two?
Yeah. And Chelsea only lost two? It's their second loss in the last 2 months. It's fine, man. It's not nothing crazy's happening. Okay, they lost the game. The players. The main concern thing is that the players just look tired, and those are the guys who are having breaks in between and everything like that. So it's bad. But they had a game, I think, on the weekend, and then they had this game and against Everton, and now they obviously had Fulham as well. And it's 2. But that's 4. What is it? 5 points dropped from possible 6 against Fulham and also Everton. That's really bad from Chelsea's standpoint, and they should be doing better than that. But hey, man, it kind of goes with that as well. But listen, this was kind of expected. Young team working with a brand new manager in his second managerial role. we can't put so much pressure in. I think Maresca is going to be fine, of course. He's going to see more of these dips as well, but the main thing is he's holding himself accountable to this as well. I mean, he probably needs to do a few of those changes, because you did mention about the substitutions, right? Bro, he's leaving substitutions a little bit too late, and he's not even doing enough of them. Like, you have 5 subs. If you see your team getting shot, and you see the tide and the levels dropping down, go ahead and bring on João Felix. Go ahead and bring on Nkunku, someone like that. Like, I don't get it, but other than that, you can't really criticize them too much.
Look, it's a team where they've been struggling for the last few years. You put them into title contention talks. Whether they'll stay there is another question. But look, they're doing well. They can finish in the top 4 this season. It's seen as a big W for them this year. They'll build on from there. He looks like a good manager. Listen, is he making enough subs? When you lose, you don't. When you win, it's perfect. So let's see. We have to judge him at the end of the season. I think just because a few results have gone wrong. When they were going right, no one was talking about the fact he doesn't make enough subs. Now all of a sudden it's this big topic. I don't that. Same with Slot. I told you early on in the season, as soon as he drops points, they're gonna write a different narrative about him, and they did. But now he's winning again, so he's the best manager in the world. If we go on a 3-game skid, you'll see. Oh, he wasn't that good anyway.
I had only a 1-game blip, right? So it's not that bad. But I remember the outrage. You saw me cheering it up as well. Like, I couldn't wait. I was like, oh, it's coming. But man, Arnie Slot, man, I love that guy as a manager, man. But damn it. But going obviously to Chelsea, again, Chelsea was kind of expected. Again, like when you have so much of an overhaul of players, and these players don't play or train enough together, and then you've got also bringing in another few players as well, it's going to happen. And I think right now the main thing that they have to just focus on is the defense, get that sorted out. Like, I think they have pretty much sorted out, get Adebayo and also Levi Colwill centre back partnership. Again, is that Chelsea winning title challenging kind of centre back partnership? I don't know if it is, but hey, it's doing a job for them. But obviously right now, in terms of the players and stuff like that, they just look a little bit shot as well with too many games. I mean, it's too many games for everyone, man. Van Dijk's playing 90 minutes, Salah's playing 90 minutes most games as well, man. So it's like,
listen, this title race business not cut out for every team, man.
Yeah, it's not
10 years straight. Some other players can't it's not for everyone.
Yeah. But they got Ipswich, Matt. They got Ipswich next.
They got Ipswich next. Yeah, I'm going with
away as well. So I'm gonna go with cheeky.
It can be a tough place away, Ipswich got a good crowd there.
Okay.
They're a bit difficult, but I think Chelsea should put them away.
2-1. 2-1 Chelsea.
Yeah, I think 2-1 Chelsea too. I think I'll agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
Right. Next we've got Mr. Ange.
Past Carglass.
18 games. He's on his Pep era now.
Man, right now Spurs fans are literally just saying, "Get this guy." I think the majority of them are very reactionary and say, "Get the guy out" and everything like that. But most of the fans are saying, "Get him out." But also we understand that the owners are the main issue. But a lot of them are also saying like, "Okay, let's wait till the end of the season. Just ride or die with him, yeah." Because let's see us suffer. Let's actually show you guys what you guys missed out on, not getting enough centre backs in, anything like that. But listen, I think at the same time, like as much as Ange is playing with 2 centre backs, starting them week in, week out during this period right now, of course, where we're having game after game after game and literally such fast pace, right? And he's playing a centre back, who's not even so goodly cut off. He's a third choice centre back and a midfielder, who's 18 years old, and he's forcing him to play as well. And they're only losing 1-0, of course. But I know, listen, the results are you lose. It's fine, But like, cut the guy some slack, I think, as well. At the same time with Ange, man, like he needs to be back somehow. I think at most teams in this January window need to be backed in some sort of way, and definitely Ange needs to get at least 1 or 2 centre backs, and I think that's the only position that they need. And I'm hearing them speak about trying to get forwards as well. But 9 L's in 18 games, man, so far in the Premier League, that's a bad look on them. And it's only going to,
like I said last time, who do Spurs fans think they are? Tell me what you want. Why all of a sudden this crazy expectation? You had the top managers. You had Conte. You had Mourinho. What happened? You know, you also wanted them out. Now you want Ange out. What do you want? And also, who are you going to replace him with? And it doesn't matter who you replace him with. Are you going to give him enough time? Clearly not. You know, your front line is led by Solanke. What do you expect? You think you're going to win things with Solanke? These are also their fan base is also a joke because they have Liverpool City expectations, but they're Spurs.
Now, but you know,
fourth job team in the league, in the world. It's the history of the Tottenham.
But you know what?
Like I said last time, Chiellini came from Turin. He knows what Spurs are. He knows Spurs are Spursy.
Yeah.
The club is known as Spursy. You know,
but
no one else has that about their club.
Yeah, but you know that expectation, like I do understand it from Spurs fans as well, because think about it, yeah, you have one of the best stadiums in the world, and you've seen it live, like, bro.
Your stadium doesn't play football.
Huh?
Just like when Arsenal,
I know, but
you have a new stadium. What? You have a new stadium to just play amazing football all of a sudden.
I know, but let's talk about it in context here. You have a beautiful stadium, yeah. You guys are in London. You have one of the highest ticket prices as well, yeah, for it. You guys pay premium as well. Surely, yeah, a club that does all those things, yeah, is expected to do well. But I'm going to bring up a basketball analogy. These guys are almost like the New York Knicks, you know, perennial losers. You guys have Madison Square Garden as your arena, one of the best, well-known arenas in the world. Of course, hosted everything in there. New York City, of course. So you and plus, yeah, majority of New Yorkers love the Knicks as well. But you guys are seen as losers every single year because you guys haven't done anything for over 20, 30 years. Same with like the Dallas Cowboys as well in America, like perennial losers. They haven't done anything in 20, 30 years yet. And they're the biggest, most highest, like, not club, I mean, organization in the world. Even higher than Real Madrid sometimes and Man United and stuff like that. And Spurs are, I guess you can say, you know, Spurs try to look themselves as like that. And I know that's probably a little bit far-fetched, but I can understand with the frustration. But I also understand that this could be something on Ange as well, because if you're seeing your defenders getting shot as well after that, putting so many high lines up, telling them to track back and all these things, yeah, they're going to get a lot of muscular injuries. I mean, you're seeing the doggy right now as well getting some muscular injuries. Pedro Porro looks shot as well.
Udogie has a mental injury, man, and not a muscular injury. That guy is a dead footballer.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying right now, like I'm playing devil's advocate for Spurs fans and justifying why Ange should be out as well, because you're seeing a lot of these mistakes as well. And listen, we could put a lot of the owner stuff as well, yeah, but on the pitch is where everything is played, yeah. Like he could at least drop the players back maybe 10 yards and say, hey, let's kind of keep it conservative a little bit. We can still do it in our attacking. It's not like you're gonna see a crazy change, but you're gonna see a more resilient Spurs if you just do that. And that's what you kind of need right now.
You know, they wanted rock and roll football. They wanted guns blazing football. They were bored of the Conte, the Mourinho defensive football. Again, Spurs fan asked for this. They wanted this. Don't forget that. Fans ask for rock and roll football. They get the rock and roll football manager. They don't like the rock and roll football manager anymore. You know, what do you want? You didn't want defensive. You didn't want attacking. What do you want? Unfortunately, Pep Guardiola, well, I mean, he could be available soon, but he's not available right now.
You know what people
don't know what they want. And it's not just Spurs fans. This would be any fan base. Even United, they don't know. United fans don't know what they want. Liverpool fans, if they were doing bad, they didn't want to know what they want.
No, but it's a level of stubbornness. It's a level of stubbornness, man. And that's why a lot of people who backhand, but they can understand that he's basically the Australian Bielsa, because he's so stubborn in his way. He's going to force you to play fucking 8 men up front here and have one guy just in the back here trying to defend against freaking three guys. He's gonna leave you for dead for those kinds of things. And it's like, bro, like you listen, the blueprint works, of course, okay? It's not like Andrew's a bad manager. He's a really good manager. Like, no one's denying that. The guy's a good coach. He's got his stripes. But you have to adjust game by game in these kinds of things as well. It's not like you have the players to keep up with the system as well. Like, he doesn't have Romero for 38 games like Slot has with Van Dijk. He doesn't have a world-class right back who can just ping a ball in here to free hungry attackers and the quality that you guys have. But he thinks like, calm it down, man. Play to some of these guys' strengths, or at least let them, set up in a way where we can be a little bit more harder to break down. there's nothing wrong with right now in the Premier League to try to defend a game and go into attack. Everyone knows Ange is an attacking, he's a rock and roll kind of manager, but it doesn't hurt him if he just says, "Oh, you just drop back." First of all, I think he needs to do something by himself to just do some sort of tactical change. But a guy in his 60s, or he's close to his 60s, like how are you going to force a guy like that to change the system up? So I don't see it happening anytime. And that's why I think Spurs fans can justify why he should be gone, because it's like, you're not going to change in the best league possible where you have unforgivable games like Nottingham Forest, like Ipswich. You got yourself to, you're going to shoot yourself as well.
I think they knew this is what they were going to get, because now results aren't going their way or haven't gone their way for a while. They don't like it anymore. Fine. But, I don't know. I think Spurs is just one of those teams. They don't have the ambition of other teams. They say it, but it's in the action. Just like Liverpool. You want to be the best team in the world, your actions have to prove it. You have to invest. You have to bring in the right people. It's working right now, but I think City and Chelsea are the teams that show that aggressiveness. When they want to win, they show you they want to win. They do the moves to win. But I don't think Spurs are that team. They don't have a history of doing it. Levy's never been able to do it for Spurs. I don't think he's ever going to be able to do it for Spurs.
Do you know the saddest part as well is, but you can see Spurs in the summer trying to get Areola, okay? Because I think that could be the guy that they're going to get. And watch them. After his tenure, it's going to be seen like Poch. Like, oh, Poch is like this untouchable person for most clubs. Oh, he's going to be seen as that. Areola, would be so transformative towards them. But would they even back him? Do they have the systems to back him? Because, bro, you look at Bournemouth's recruitment. They actually got the really good recruiters there, okay? Like, proper good. Zip recruiter, Indeed level kind of stuff, Like, you're talking about, some guy just calling you up here and telling you, okay, can you work with us? That's how Spurs operate at this time. And they're getting bounced off here by all these clubs as well to tell them, oh, we can do a deal on that. Just extort them for prices as well. So I don't see, man. I think Spurs, first of all, it has to be down to the ownership as well. They just need to get rid of their owners first. And then whatever happens next with the management and everything like that, they can sort out. But I know Spurs fans are doing all their protesting. I think they got a protest coming up as well tomorrow. You lot ain't going to do nothing. It's going to be outside the clock shop, You're going to say Enoch out, Levy out, and no one's going to hear it as well. You're going to see some guy rolling around the shopping center. They're trying to see the F1, try to grab a beer, and then go down, and then go into his seat, and that's it. Nothing crazy is going to happen.
Nothing's going to change. Spurs, Spursy. Long may it last.
What do you think about the game, though?
We're not going to talk about City because there's nothing to talk about. City are shit. They essentially lost again, even though they drew. There's nothing to say. Pep out. We'll see you in the next one. Smell you later, mate.
Take care, guys.